Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Jnanatimirandhasya Ananjanashalakaya Chakshuramritam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Namini. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshakarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
How does Krishna reciprocate with our devotion? Krishna very clearly revealed it in the Bhagavad Gita. Ye yatha mam prapadyante tam stathaiva bhajamyaham. Ye yatha mam prapadyante, the way you approach me, tam stathaiva bhajamyaham, I will reciprocate with you accordingly. In short, to give a super simplified and shortest possible explanation of the topic that I was asked to speak on is Krishna reciprocates in accordance with our attitude, our mood, our approach towards Krishna. When we approach Krishna with love and affection, He reciprocates with love and affection. When we see Krishna as an order supplier, fulfiller of certain desires that we have, Krishna may fulfill those desires also if we deserve them. When someone hates Krishna, someone envies Krishna, someone holds some kind of negative emotions towards Krishna, Krishna reciprocates with them in a similar way. But let's keep the context very clear. We are not here to talk about those people who approach Krishna with envy, hatred, anger, negativity. That's ruled out. None of us here are in that category. Yes, it is possible that even when you approach Krishna with envy, you can get liberated. There are some individuals who approached Krishna with negative emotions and they got liberated. But that's never a recommendation. Hiranyakashipu hated the Lord. Shishupal always envied the Lord. Kamsa is always fearful of Krishna. Even before Krishna's birth, Kamsa is fearful. Oh, Krishna will come and kill me. So that was their approach towards the Lord. But somehow their negative emotions like anger, hatred, envy, fear, all of them made them completely get absorbed in the thoughts of Krishna. Completely absorbed in Krishna's thoughts. And that absorption in Krishna's thoughts gave them liberation. But that is never a recommendation. Just imagine if our absorption in Krishna's thoughts with a negative emotion falls little below the standard of Hiranyakashipu or Kamsa or Shishupal, will end up in hell. So it is a possibility but not a recommendation. Right? Now the context is clear. When a devotee approaches Krishna in a devotional mood, depending on the intensity of the devotee's devotion, the Lord reciprocates. Now there are so many bulbs here, small bulbs on the ceiling. They are giving a certain illumination here. Just imagine there is a big floodlight here. That will be more illuminated. That will not illuminate only this big room, that can illuminate the entire street also. But with these little lamps, you cannot illuminate the entire street. With the lamp glowing in this corner of the room, you cannot go to that corner of the room and start studying some book, reading some book. It has only less intensity. That can illuminate only that area. See how many bulbs are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so many rows. There are at least some 30, 25, 30, 40 bulbs are here. Those many are required to illuminate this room. Still, the lighting is moderate, not too intense. Right? Because the intensity is less. Bulb has that much capacity only. Similarly, Krishna reciprocates with the intensity of our bhakti. The other day we were discussing ahetukya pratihata. Yesterday we primarily discussed on the intention behind our bhakti. Yesterday and day before yesterday. But now let's discuss about intensity in bhakti. Intention may be pure. We have no negative intentions. None of us in this big room has any negative intentions towards Krishna. We don't hate Krishna. We don't fear Krishna. We have no negative feelings towards Krishna. We only want to love Krishna. We only want to serve Krishna. But somehow that love and service attitude are not intense enough. Therefore Krishna's reciprocation also is moderate. But when that love and service attitude towards Krishna is intense, then Krishna's reciprocation also will be intense. Actually speaking, the intensity of Krishna's reciprocation is always much higher than the intensity of our approach towards him. When we approach Krishna this much, Krishna will reciprocate this much. Right? When we do a little bit of service, Krishna will give bigger blessing, a big blessing. So his reciprocation or his kindness or his compassion upon us is always greater than our approach. In that there is no doubt. But he can still increase his intensity, provided we increase our intensity in bhakti. So there is a beautiful shloka as a part of Brahma's prayers. The shloka comes in the 3rd canto of Bhagavatam, 9th chapter. Tvam bhakti yoga paribhavita harit saroja asya srutikshita patho nanunatha pumsam yadyadhyata urugaya vibhavayanti tattattvapuhu pranayase sadanugrahaya. Tvam bhakti yoga paribhavita harit saroja. Harit saroja, the heart of a devotee is compared with a saroja lotus. Just like Krishna sits on the lotuses, similarly Krishna sits on the lotus emotions or lotus hearts of his devotees. Tvam bhakti yoga paribhavita harit saroja asya. And when the heart of a devotee is filled with devotion for Krishna, and that heart which is compared to a soft lotus is a sitting place of Krishna. Tvam bhakti yoga paribhavita harit saroja asya srutekshita patho nanunatha pumsam. So how does Krishna enter into this lotus hearts of his devotees? Srutekshita patho, through ears. Right? Through ear holes Krishna enters into the hearts of his devotees and sits on the lotus emotions of their hearts, lotuses of their hearts. Now, the second half is very interesting, very much relevant to our context. Yadyadhyata urugaya vibhavayanti tattatvapuhu pranayase sadanugrahaya. Yadyadhyata urugaya vibhavayanti means the way we approach Krishna, or that specific form on which we are meditating upon, Krishna will reciprocate accordingly. Say if somebody is a great devotee of Lord Ramachandra, the Lord reciprocates in the form of Ram. Somebody is a devotee of Krishna, that too Vrindavan Krishna, very Madhurya form, then Krishna will reciprocate as Vrindavan Krishna. Some people approach Krishna as Dwarkadhish. They worship the Lord in a reverential mood. They like to see Krishna in a very opulent form like a great prince. And some people like to see the Lord in a very, very simple form as a cowherd boy. So the Lord's reciprocation also is in accordance with that mood. Yadyad dhyata urugaya vibhavayanti tattattva puhu pranayase sadanugrahaya. For example, you are chanting the holy names of Krishna. So, when you are chanting, somebody asked Prabhupada, when we are chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, in that Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Very clear. Hare is Radharani, Krishna is Krishna. But in the second line, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Who is that Ram? This devotee says, Ram is Lord Ramachandra, Radhava Ram, Dasharatha Maharaj's son, Lord Ramachandra. What do you say, Prabhupada? Yes, he said. Another devotee said, that Ram is Balaram, right? Prabhupada said, yes, you are right. Another devotee said, I thought that Ram is Radhika Raman, Krishna himself. Prabhupada said, yes, he is correct. Then other devotees asked, you are saying that Ram is Lord Ramachandra, that Ram is also Balaram, that Ram is also Krishna. What exactly? How can there be three deities? How can we invoke the three deities with the same mantra? Right? How can three people who are giving different answers about the same question be correct? Professor, you are correct. Prabhupada, what's the conclusion? Professor, you decide. You decide is not a strategic answer or a clever answer to sideline the question. It's a very profound answer. When Prabhupada said you decide, means he literally means we decide. In which form Krishna will reciprocate with us when we are chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. When we are chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, when we are saying Lord Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, if we are meditating on Lord Ramachandra, Ram will reciprocate. If we meditate on Balaram, Balaram will reciprocate. If we meditate on Radhika Raman Krishna, then Krishna will reciprocate. But the problem with us is we won't meditate on anybody. We meditate on our unfulfilled desires, things to do during the day, what's there for the breakfast. We meditate on so many things. That's the problem. But generally the Lord reciprocates in that form on which we are meditating on. That Ram can refer to Lord Ramachandra. Absolutely no problem. You can just Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare and go to Ayodhya. Absolutely no problem. You can say Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare and become a great devotee of Krishna also, Balaram also. All are possible. That's what Prabhupada said. Basically the Lord reciprocates depending on our mood, our approach, our attitude, our consciousness. So even if we are meditating only on Krishna, that too Vrindavan Krishna, not Dwarkadhish Krishna, not Mathuradhish Krishna, we are meditating on Vrindavan Krishna. Bhishma Dev meditates on Kurukshetra Krishna as Parthasarathi Krishna. He is not meditating on Vrindavan Krishna, Dwarkadhish Krishna, he meditates on Parthasarathi Krishna. That is his meditation. And the Lord reciprocates in that mood only. And Bhishma ended up in Parthasarathi planet. Somebody meditates on the Lord as an order supplier, as a liberation giver, as money giver. The other day we were discussing, right? 4 types of people who approach Krishna. Who are they? Atto, Dignasura, Tharthi, Gnani, cha Bharatarshava. Right? The Lord will reciprocate according to that mood. However, when somebody approaches the Lord with sincere devotion, with intense bhakti, technically in Bhagavatam's language it is called Tivra Bhakti. Tivra Bhakti. So when we approach the Lord with Tivra Bhakti, the Lord will reciprocate with us. Actually, He gives Himself completely to us. When we give ourselves to Krishna a little bit, Krishna also will give Himself to us little bit. But when we give more of our time, more of our attention, more of our consciousness, use more of our emotions and intelligence to connect with Krishna, then Krishna will also give more energy, more reciprocation towards us. I have 24 hours. I can give to Krishna only this one or two hours. Okay, Krishna's reciprocation will be there accordingly. Say I have say $10 million with me, I can spare $10 for Krishna. Okay. Krishna's reciprocation will be like that. So we have money, we have manpower, we have intelligence, we have emotions, we have body, we have senses, we have consciousness. All these faculties are meant to be utilized in Krishna's service. Every single faculty is meant for Krishna's service only. In fact, according to scriptures, the entire existence of a devotee, including the gross and subtle faculties, like the bodily senses or mind, intelligence, ego, everything is meant for Krishna's service. Jihve kirtaya keshavam muraripum cheto bhaja sridharam vani dvandva samarchaya chutakatha shrotradvayatvam shrunam Krishnam lokaya lochanadvaya harer gacchanghar yugmalayam jighra grana mukunda pada tulasi mordhanna madhokshajam. Jihve kirtaya, the tongue is meant to glorify Krishna, but if you utilize our tongue to do some gossip, to do some discussion on materialistic topics, or topics that are unfavorable for Krishna, or disconnected from Bhakti, then we are not utilizing this tongue properly in Bhakti. Jihve kirtaya, keshavam vararipam cheto bhaja. So you should utilize your mind in meditating on Krishna. Pani dvandva samarchaya chutakatha shrutradvayatvam shrunu. Utilize both of your hands to serve Krishna. Utilize both of your ears to hear about Krishna. Utilize your tongue to glorify Krishna. Utilize your nostrils to smell the tulasi leaves offered to Krishna's lotus feet. That's the purpose of all these senses. Rishikena hrishikesa sevanam bhakti ruchyate. Bhakti means to engage our senses in the service of the master of senses, that is Krishna. That's how we need to utilize all our senses, our mind, our gross and subtle faculties. Accordingly, Krishna will reciprocate. Yat Krishna pranipata dhuli dhavalam tadvarshma tadvaishira tenetre tamasodhite suruchire yabhyam harir drishyate sa buddhir vimalendu shankha dhavala yamadhavadhyayini sa jihvamrita varshini pratipadam yastauti narayanam. The meaning of this shloka is Yat Krishna pranipada dhuli dhavalam. When we offer pranipad, when we offer obeisances to Krishna, when we bow down in front of Krishna, the dhuli at Krishna's lotus feet, means the dust at Krishna's lotus feet, will turn our head little whitish. Then our head is real head. Those heads that bow down in front of Krishna are real heads. And those eyes that see Krishna are real eyes. And those ears that hear about Krishna, they are the real ears. And that mind that meditates on Krishna is the real mind. Yamadhavadhyayini. Buddhi or intelligence or mind constantly are absorbed in materialistic thoughts and materialistic plans. However, when that buddhi is diverted to understand Krishna Tattva and meditate on Krishna Leela, then that is real buddhi. Sa buddhir vimalendu shankha dhavala yamadhavadhyayini. Vimalendu shankha dhavala. Shankha is a conch shell. Vimala means absolutely no spots. Contamination is spotless. If you see a conch shell, it's pure white, pristine white. No spots on it. Then Vimalendu. Indu means moon. Moon has spots. Vimalendu means that moon that does not have any spots. Vimalendu Shankha Dhavala. Just like a spotless moon is pure white, just like a conch shell is pure white, our buddhi also becomes pure white and pristine when we meditate on Krishna. Yamadhavadhyayini Sajihvamrita varshini pratipadam Yastauti narayanam. That jihva or that tongue which is constantly showering the rain of Krishna Katha is the real tongue. But if that tongue is being utilized to speak materialistic, mundane subject matters, we are misusing the tongue. Krishna's reciprocation also will be like that. Especially when we utilize that tongue to blaspheme Vaishnavas, to do Vaishnava Ninda, and to defame somebody, spread rumors about somebody, suspect the intentions of somebody, other Vaishnavas especially, then how can we expect Krishna to reciprocate with our devotion? Some people say, I have been chanting since 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. Krishna is not reciprocating with me. Basically, they have some desires, they have some plans, somehow they are unable to execute that plans. That's why they feel that Krishna is not reciprocating with me. But when we are doing so much of Vaishnava Ninda, how can we expect Krishna to give us attention? When we are blaspheming Vaishnavas, when Krishna's heart is getting hurt by our blasphemy of Vaishnavas, how can we expect Krishna to reciprocate with our desires or whatever services? Right? Sometimes people think, devotees practicing, devotees may think, we may think that I am chanting since long time. Does Krishna really hear our prayers? Is Krishna hearing my chanting every day? We don't hear when we are chanting, but we expect Krishna to hear our chanting. It happens, right? So, when we are chanting, our mind is somewhere else. But we want Krishna, you should concentrate on my chanting. You should attentively hear my chanting. I am chanting 16 rounds. Of course, I may swallow some words, I may miss some mantras, I may think of something else, but you should be attentive. Right? You are Krishna, you can do anything. You can be attentive towards the chanting of an inattentive devotee also. You be attentively hearing my inattentive chanting. I will remain inattentive. That's the expectation of a typical immature sadhaka. Anyways, in short, Krishna's reciprocation is very much in accordance with our consciousness. Right? Once, Krishna was touring Mathura city. Krishna took birth in Mathura city only, in the prison cell of Kamsa. And Hare Krishna. Krishna was immediately taken away by Vasudeva all the way to Vrindavan, Gokul Mahavan at that time. And Krishna grew up there. For more than a decade he spent time there in Gokul only, Vrindavan only, Vrajabhumi. Then he came to Mathura city. Then Krishna wanted to tour Mathura city, along with the Balaramji and many other co-head boys. So all these young boys who are hardly 10-11-year-old, they are just moving in Mathura city, and they eventually saw a washerman. This washerman was Kamsa's washerman. There are so many washermen in Mathura city, but this one particular washerman is Kamsa's washerman. So Krishna saw him and said, "My dear washerman, looks like you have so many clothes with you. Can you give us some clothes? We are some young cowhead boys coming from Vrindavan. First time we are coming to Mathura city, we are touring here. So we would like to wear some new clothes." Then this washerman was very arrogant. Krishna politely requested this washerman, and Krishna also said, he promised that if you give me some clothes, I promise that you will get greatest auspiciousness. But this washerman is extremely arrogant. He said, "Do you think you deserve to wear these royal clothes? Do you think you are qualified? You people are uncivilized cowherds. You people are mountain wanderers, forest dwellers. Do you think you are qualified to wear these royal clothes? Get lost from here. If you ask for king's clothes, the king's soldiers will beat you. The king's soldiers will arrest you. Get lost from here." He spoke very, very arrogantly. Krishna has to reciprocate with that arrogance. When Krishna requested this washerman very politely, the washerman is supposed to respond with politeness. Right? That's his responsibility. You know what is responsibility? Responsibility has two small words, response and ability. Responsibility basically means our ability to respond to different situations appropriately. When we fail to respond appropriately in various situations, when we lack the ability to respond appropriately in various situations towards so many people, then we are irresponsible. And here is the washerman who was very irresponsible in his behavior, in his approach. So this washerman criticized Krishna, criticized Balaram, criticized all the cowherd boys publicly. Then Krishna, with his mere fingertips, he beheaded this washerman. Right. He's cut his head. Now you may think it's a severe punishment. Krishna asked for some clothes. And the washerman said no. Of course he said no, little arrogantly, not quite arrogantly. But isn't it severe punishment for a small offense? We take the side of Parikshit Maharaj so much. Parikshit Maharaj has done a small offense and he has been cursed to die within 7 days by the Shringi. Severe punishment for a small offense. Chitraketu Maharaj commented on Lord Shiva, small offense, but Parvati Devi cursed him to become a demon. Severe punishment for a small offense. But what about this? Small offense by washerman said, and Krishna gave a severe punishment. That's where we need to find the difference between common people's punishment and Krishna's punishment. Even though Krishna's punishment may seem extremely severe, that extremely severe punishment is meant for the upliftment of that soul, of that individual who is being punished. Similarly, Balaramji, if you see, I'm jumping to another story, but okay, no problem. I hope you know this story. Roma Harshana Sutta. Roma Harshana was sitting on a big throne and he was giving a big bhashan. He's giving some lecture to so many sages, Sonakada rishis. But Balaramji, when he came there, this Roma Harshana did not have the etiquette to get up and offer obeisances and receive and welcome Balaramji. He was sitting there. It may not be possible for the speaker to get up and every single devotee or somebody comes. And it's not necessary also always, but when the Supreme Lord comes, when the spiritual master comes, when some great devotee comes and very exalted guest comes, then you cannot apply the same formula. So he was very, very arrogant. And Balaramji noticed it and he took a blade of grass and just killed Ramaharshan. Again he was sorry, he did not get up and Balaramji killed him. Similarly, this washerman did not offer clothes and Krishna killed him. Sometimes the Lord's punishment may seem extremely severe, not in proportion with the offense committed. Right? Sometimes we become so overwhelmed with self-pity. You know, self-pity. What mistake did I do? मैंने क्या पाप किया? Why the Lord is punishing me like this? He has no kindness, He has no compassion. I am worshipping that unkind Lord so much. My God. So many purports, so many explanations, so much of self-pity, self-compassion. Oh. But there is no injustice in the Lord's management, in the Lord's reciprocation. Sometimes the Lord may reciprocate in a very, very unconventional manner, which may even seem injustice also, which may seem extremely severe also. Severe injustice. For example, Bharat Maharaj became so exalted, he went to Bhava stage. But at that stage, Bharat Maharaj became extremely attached to a deer. And because of that undue attachment to this deer, Bharat Maharaj became a deer. Now, Lord could have given some concession, right? How can He apply the 8.6 formula and turn him into an animal just because he remembered an animal at the time of death? You know 8.6 formula, right? Yam yam va vismaran bhavam yajatyanте kalevaram. Whatever you remember at the time of death, you will attain that state on which you are meditating upon. Correct? Krishna applied that formula sometime. So Balaramji's treatment to Ramaharshan and the way Krishna treated Bharat Maharaj and this washerman seem extremely severe, but let's go deep into these episodes. Why the Lord's reciprocation has been too intense. Intense strictness. So this washerman was a washerman in Lord Ramachandra's Leela also. He is the one who passed some kind of irresponsible and insensitive remarks on Mother Sita. Mother Sita was so pure. But touching Mother Sita, even Agni became purified. Agni is very popular and famous and reputed to purify everything. But he himself became purified with the touch of Mother Sita. And then here is this washerman saying that Sita Devi stayed in someone else's home, Ravanasura's home, for 1 year. And Ram is bringing her and living with her. What is this? So this is the comment made by this washerman. Very sinful comment. And because of that, Lord Ramachandra had to leave Sita Devi in Valmiki's ashram. He had sent her along with Lakshman. Okay, leave her in that area where Valmiki's ashram is there. Ram had to tolerate separation from Sita Devi and Sita had to tolerate separation from Lord Ramachandra for such a long time because of this washerman's comments, insensitive comments. Now again he took birth as a washerman only and he continued that arrogance only. Krishna thought, oh, how long he will continue like this? Let me liberate him. He liberated him. That's all. So liberating him from that sinful life, is it mercy or strictness or punishment? It's mercy. So what is visible to the eyes? Krishna asked for clothes and washerman said no and Krishna killed him. And the narratives are totally different. And some news reporter or TV channel fellow or some anchor has to make a commentary or a news piece or Instagram post or make a small reel on this. My God, what all commentaries they will give, God knows. Thank God there is no social media in those days. But here, the reality is Krishna liberated him from that sinful life. In fact, this washerman was very, very arrogant. He was thinking that there are so many washermen in Mathura city, but I am like the best washerman because I am washing the clothes of Kamsa. I am the king's washerman. When we are closely connected to a very elevated personality, celebrity, we think we are celebrities. That's a problem. Because this washerman was washing the clothes of Kamsa, the king, he thought he himself is the king, or maybe he thought, I am so dear to the king that I can ridicule anybody. I can disrespect anybody. I can criticize anybody. I can look down upon anybody. That was his consciousness. So Krishna liberated him from that consciousness. That is Krishna's reciprocation. Even if Krishna's reciprocation or treatment towards someone seems extremely severe, there's a reason behind it. And even if Krishna's treatment to someone seems extremely liberal, there is also a reason for it. For example, Potana came to kill Krishna. Not only Krishna, to kill all the little babies who were less than 10 days old. Not even 10 years or 10 months, 10 days old. She came to Krishna with a malicious intention to poison Krishna with her poisonous milk and kill him, kill the baby. Baby killer. Witch. But Krishna gave her the position of a motherly nurse in the spiritual world. Putana loka balaghni rakshasi rudhirashana jighamsayapi haraye stanandatvapa sadgatim. Putana loka balaghni. Putana is accustomed to kill small babies. Rakshasi rudhirashana. She is a Rakshasi, she is a witch. Rudhirashana, she is very thirsty for blood always. Jighamsaya api. Although she had a malicious intention, evil intention to kill Krishna, still haraye stanam tattvapi sadgatim. Because she has offered her milk to Krishna, Krishna has given her sadgati. Go to the spiritual world. Like stay with my mother, assist her. You also develop vatsalya, feelings. You see? There is great contrast between the way Krishna treated Putana and Krishna treated this washerman. But actually, in both cases, Krishna is extremely merciful. Krishna killed her, but sent her to the spiritual world. Similarly, Krishna killed this washerman and liberated him. Right? So Krishna's reciprocation is always merciful, liberal in one sense. One of the 64 qualities of Krishna is he is very liberal. He is not super strict. So Krishna is continuing his tour in Mathura city. So Krishna went ahead, then he found a weaver. This weaver nicely made some cloth ornaments and offered to Krishna. He also gave some shawl, dugulam. So Krishna received that. Balramji also received his offerings. And Krishna wore them, and this weaver personally decorated Krishna in these nice ornaments. Krishna killed the washerman and wore the clothes. Balramji also wore clothes from the washerman's big lot. And they moved ahead, and after wearing clothes, you should wear ornaments also. So he is giving cloth ornaments. And Krishna reciprocated with him with such a great opportunity to personally decorate him and dress him. Very great privilege. Actually, this weaver in Mathura city was a weaver in Mithila city in his past life. In his past life, during Ramayana time, when Lord Ramachandra and Sita Devi were getting married, when Lakshmana and Urmila were getting married, there was a weaver who stitched their wedding dress, special wedding dress. And Ram and Lakshman wore that wedding dresses, and they came out, they were looking resplendent, very beautiful. And this weaver became very, very happy. This tailor became very happy. Oh, I am so fortunate to decorate Krishna, to stitch the clothes of Ram and Lakshman. I will be more fortunate if I can get to personally dress them. That was his desire. So when Ram and Lakshman again appeared as Krishna and Balaram in Mathura city, finally this tailor, who became a weaver now, got the opportunity to personally decorate Krishna and Balaram. So whenever we have a sincere desire, Krishna will fulfill that sincere desire even after a few lifetimes or after a few yogas. That is the speciality of Krishna, Krishna's reciprocation. Krishna may not reciprocate at once. He may take some time to reciprocate, but he will reciprocate. Krishna will definitely reciprocate with our sincere desires, with our sincere spiritual desires. In fact, whenever we go to the Lord, the deity forms of the Lord, and take darshan, we are seeing them definitely, but they are also seeing us. When the beautiful glances of the Lord fall on us, those glances will create spiritual desires in us and destroy our material desires. Not only creating spiritual desires, Krishna's glances will also maintain our spiritual desires and fulfill our spiritual desires. Creation, maintenance and fulfillment of spiritual desires is possible by Krishna's glances. Right? So here is the weaver who got some special reciprocation from Krishna in the form of an opportunity to personally decorate him. Then Krishna blessed the Sudama florist also. We discussed that story recently. And moving ahead, Krishna also found a hunchback woman. She was like hunchback lady, just with her back bent. She was walking. Actually, she was bent at 3 places. She was called Trivakra. Krishna is also bent at 3 places. He is Tribhanga, but here is Trivakra. Tribhanga is Shyamam Tribhanga Lalitam Niyata Prakasham Govindavadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajam. So Tribhanga Lalitam. So Tribhanga of Krishna, Tribhanga form of Krishna is Lalita, very, very enchanting. But here is Trivakra, externally considered very ugly. So Krishna saw her. He became compassionate. And she was also holding some plate with some cosmetics, with some sandalwood paste and other kinds of substances, fragrant substances. Krishna asked, "Who are you? What are you carrying?" Then she immediately responded with respect and politeness, saying that I am maid servant of Kamsa and these are cosmetics. I am taking this for him and he likes my cosmetics so much. Oh great, can you give us some? Actually, when Krishna made this request, Kubja was right in front of Kamsa's palace. If Kamsa comes out of the palace and comes on the balcony, he can see what Kubja is doing publicly to Krishna. It didn't happen, but she's very close to Kamsa's palace. So Kubja said, these ointments, these cosmetics are actually meant for you. You are such a handsome young boy. Kamsa. Making for him, he doesn't deserve. She didn't literally say that's understood. She said they are meant for you. And on the street only, she took profuse quantities of these cosmetics and started applying on Krishna's face, and also started making some patterns on Krishna's hand and face and chest. We put some gopi dots on the Lord, right? That's how she was treating Krishna with so much love and affection. Publicly, on the road. So Krishna wanted to reciprocate with her intensity of devotion. So Krishna kept both of his feet on her feet. Krishna supported her back with his left hand, and Krishna kept his 2 fingers under her chin, and then slowly lifted her. Right? Her hunchback is gone. She got a very straight body with proportionate limbs. She became very beautiful. That's reciprocation. Actually, Kubja represents Prithvi, Bhumi Devi. Her hunchback form represents the overburdened condition of Mother Earth. When you are carrying so much load, you become bent, right? You cannot be straight. Say there is a 100 kilo sack on your back, and automatically you will bend, like Trivakra. So the hunchback shape of Trivakra represents the overburdened condition of Mother Earth. Why was Mother Earth overburdened? Because of mountains? Because of seas? No, because of sinful people. Because of evil kings who are overburdening her with so many military forces. They are trying to destroy and exploit innocent people. That's what was happening at that time. So Krishna rectified the form of Trivakra by giving her a very straight, evenly proportionate limbed body, and he announced to everyone that I'm going to do this to Mother Earth very soon. Earth is overburdened with so many military forces, I'm going to destroy them. Already Krishna destroyed so many by this time. Putana, Aghasur, Bakasur, Vatsasur, Vyomasur, Keshi, so many demons he killed. But now Krishna is going to more systematically kill so many people. Till now Krishna was killing one demon at a time. But very soon after Kamsa was killed, Jarasandha came to attack Krishna with 23 Akshoshanis of armies. And Krishna and Balaram together will smash all these 23 Akshoshanis of armies 17 times. 17 times Krishna is going to destroy the burden of earth. Only Jarasandha supporters. And after that, Krishna will kill 3 crore soldiers of Kalayavana. And after that, through Kurukshetra war, Krishna will kill so many other demons, demonic people. So, in this way, Krishna is going to protect Mother Earth. That is Krishna's reciprocation towards Mother Earth. Earth was overburdened, she had tears in her eyes and she went to Brahma and Brahma took her to Vishnu and Vishnu said, yes, Krishna is coming, he will protect you, don't worry, he will reciprocate with your devotion. Undoubtedly. Similarly, one more thing. Who was this Kubja? Kubja was Surpanakha in her past life, Ravana's sister. She loved Lord Ramachandra. She wanted to marry Lord Ramachandra. Yes, come. She wanted to marry Lord Ramachandra. But Ram said no. Later Lakshman said no. And you know what happened? Lakshman has cut her nose and many things happened. And after this whole incident, what people don't know popularly is Surpanakha did not give up. She had so much determination to attain Lord Ramachandra. So she went to a place called Pushkara Tirtha. And for 5,000 years or 10,000, I forgot. I think about 5,000 or 10,000 years, she was meditating on Lord Shiva. And finally Lord Shiva manifested and said, Surpanakha, what do you want? She said, I want Lord Ramachandra as my husband. Shiva said, not possible. Ram has taken a vow to marry only Sita Devi. And he already married. Only one Patni. Eka Patni Vrata Dharo. So, but still, because he wanted him, fine. In the next Yuga, when the Lord reappears in his original form as Lord Sri Krishna, then Krishna will fulfill your desire. Don't worry. You have some love for him, he will fulfill your desire. And that's what is happening now. Surpanakha became Kubja. So whenever we have a sincere desire to attain the Lord, whether with a pure desire to serve him or some kind of malicious or selfish desire, just like Surpanakha wanted to enjoy with Lord Ramachandra. Yes, her determination is great, but she sought personal enjoyment from Ram. But still, the Lord reciprocated. Although she was lusty, that lust also was fulfilled by the Lord, because that is directed towards the Lord. It's not a recommendation, but it's a possibility. Yes, even if somebody approaches the Lord with a negative intention, the Lord is so kind that he will reciprocate with their desires. So, what qualifies a devotee to receive some special reciprocation from the Lord? Is it money? Is it beauty? Is it fame? Is it reputation? Or is it so many followers? Or is it so many talents and skills? No, none of this. What impresses the Lord is sincere devotion. Vyadhasya charanam dhruvasya chavayo vidya gajendrasya ka Kubjaya kimu nama rupamadhikam kim tat sudhamno dhanam Vamshah ko vidurasya yadavapater ugrasya kim paurusham Bhaktya tushyati kevalam na cha gunaihi Bhakti priyo madhava Vyadhasya acharanam dhavasya cha vayo Vyadha, there is a hunter. What acharan means, what etiquette does he know? But still, he had some devotion. The Lord reciprocated with him. Vyadhasya acharanam dhavasya cha vayo Dhruva Maharaj, what was his age? Basically, your awareness of etiquettes and culture is not necessarily a qualification to get reciprocation from Krishna. Your age is not necessarily a prerequisite to attain some grace of Krishna. Dhruva is only a 5-year-old boy. Dhruvasya chavayo. Vidya gajendrasya ka. Is Vidya, education, scholarship, a qualification to receive the Lord's mercy? Not at all. Vidya gajendrasya ka. Did Gajendra get some PhD from some university? No. Was Gajendra a scholar? Dull-headed elephant. Elephants are considered very strong but intellectually little weak. Some people consider it like that. So Gajendra did not have so much Vidya. Vidya Gajendrasya ka Kubjaya kimunama rupamadhikam. Just now we discussed the story of Kubja. What beauty did Kubja have? She was Trivakra. She was ugly, apparently. But still, she had devotion and she impressed. So beauty is not a qualification to please the Lord. Age is not a qualification to please the Lord. Education or scholarship is not a qualification to please the Lord. Cultural background is not a qualification to please the Lord. Kubjayah kimunama rupamadhikam kim tat sudamno dhanam. Okay, is money a qualification to please the Lord? No, not at all. Sudama was very, very poor. Extremely poor. He does not have a proper dhoti to wear only. Dhoti has 100 holes. And he did not have even a handful of flat rice to offer to Krishna. His wife went to some neighboring homes and begged some 4 handfuls of flat rice and packed in a torn cloth and gave it to Sudama so that Sudama can gift it to Krishna. That is his poverty-stricken condition. Therefore, money cannot please Krishna. Kim tat sudhamno dhanam vamshah ko avidurasya yadavapater ugrasya kim paurusham. Vamshah ko vidurasya. Vidura was born as Dasi Putra. He is not known to be coming from a great lineage. He is a Dasi Putra. He is the son of a maid servant. But still, he has great devotion. Therefore, your dynasty, just because you are born in a great dynasty, that doesn't please the Lord. Ugrasya kim paurusham. Paurusham, your strength and your courage and your bravery, will that please the Lord? You may be so brave, you may be very courageous on a material platform. Don't think that you can impress the Lord with that. Ugrasena Maharaj was not known to fight in so many big battles. Even Vasudeva also is not known to fight in so many big battles. When Kamsa tried to kill his wife, Vasudeva was negotiating with words, not with swords. Right? And he was imprisoned. But still, Ugrasena Maharaj is a great devotee that Krishna established him on the throne of Dwaraka and throne of Mathura also earlier. And he is reporting to him, "Oh Maharaj, this is the case." Who gave him the throne? Krishna gave him the throne. Before sitting on the throne of Mathura, where was Ugrasena? In the prison cell. Krishna took him out of prison cell, made him sit on the throne, and is reporting to him, "Yes sir, what can I do for you?" That is Krishna. Bhaktya tushyati kevalam na cha gunaihi bhakti priyo madhava. Bhaktya tushyati kevalam. Kevala means only. The Lord is impressed and pleased only with devotion. Nacha gunaihi, not by your material qualifications. Bhakti priyo madhava. Madhava is bhakti priya. He is very, very impressed with sincere devotion in the heart. Similarly, Prahalad Maharaj also says,
Manye dhana bhijana rupa tapashrito jaha tejaha prabhava bala paurusha buddhi yoga. Naradhanaya hi bhavanti parasya pumso bhaktya tutosha bhagavan gajayuthapaya. Manye dhana abhijana. Dhana is wealth. Abhijana means followers. Rupa means form. Tapa means austerity. Dhana, abhijana, rupa, tapa, shruta, oja, teja, prabhava, bala, paurusha, buddhi, yoga. These 12 qualifications are neither qualifications nor disqualifications to please the Lord. Only bhakti can please the Lord. So to actually get Krishna's reciprocation, we need to cultivate sincere devotion. When there is no sincere devotion, sincerity of purpose in our approach towards Krishna, then forget Krishna's reciprocation. Still Krishna reciprocates in other ways, indirect ways, but Krishna's reciprocation with people who do not take to bhakti is in a different way. What is that way? Kalosmi lokakshayat krit pravriddho. Kalosmi. Krishna says, I am time factor. How do you reciprocate with people? By bringing about their destruction. Kalosmi lokakshayat krit. So Krishna, in the form of time, reciprocates with materialistic people by taking away their money, their youth, their property, their reputation, and their life ultimately. Some people who are very, very famous in youth, say big stars, celebrities, movie stars, sports stars, in their youth, they are very, very popular. And as they are entering 40s, 50s, 60s, there are many other younger members who are outsmarting them in talent. And older people will become irrelevant or they are forgotten by the modern crowd. Someone who used to be a very big sports star in the past, now someone else is getting that following. Not now. So the reputation, material reputation cannot last forever. Only spiritual reputation lasts forever. So 50 years back, somebody is a very top movie hero. Now the modern people may not even remember him. But several yugas, thousands and thousands of years back, Prahlad, 5-year-old boy, was a pure devotee. Now also we are discussing his story. Fame for one's bhakti is eternal fame. And for all time to come, Prahlad will remain famous. Dhruva will remain famous. Whenever we discuss the topic of determination, we have to quote Dhruva. When did he do tapasya? When did he do tapasya? Brahma just created the universe. And his first Manu, son, is Swayambhu Manu. And from that Swayambhu Manu, Uttanapad is born. Uttanapad's son is Dhruva. When did this happen? 7 Manvantras back. We are in 7th Manvantara now. In the beginning stages, beginning days or beginning years of first Manvantara, Dhruva Maharaj did tapasya. One Manvantara is 71 Divya Yugas. 71 into 7. Of course, this Manvantara is still pending. At least 7 into at least 45, 50, 450. 491. Okay, 491. Almost 500 Yuga cycles back. Dhruva Maharaj performed tapasya for 6 months. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. That's all. And that mantra we chant every day before every class. And that story we are discussing even now also, although it happened 500 Yuga cycles back, almost 500 Yuga cycles back. 500 days back when somebody does something, or 500 hours back when somebody does something big, it becomes a big news at that time, but now we forget. Which reputation is everlasting. Therefore, let's never run behind material reputation. Materialistic people or this material world will recognize us, will clap, will whistle, will do so many things for some time, and after that we are forgotten. Therefore, let's cultivate sincere devotion. Not that
we want to be reputed as great devotees for all time to come, but we just want to reconnect with Krishna. Gopis are most famous devotees, but they are not aware of it. They have no time to check how many followers they have on their profiles, on their social media profiles, on their LinkedIn or YouTube, Instagram profiles. How many followers do I have? One gopi is not thinking, I only have 2 million. That gopi has 4 million. They are followers of Krishna. They are fans of Krishna. They forget all their fans. That is called exclusive devotion. In accordance with that exclusive devotion, Krishna will reciprocate exclusively. He says, Lord Vishnu says, who he spoke in front of the 4 Kumaras. Yat sevaya charana padma pavitra renum sadyah kshatakhilam pratilabdha shilam nashrir virakti vapimam vijahati yasya prekshala itare nayaman vahanti nashrir virakti vapimam vijahati yasya. Means although Lord Narayana is not interested in Lakshmi Devi, still Lakshmi Devi does not leave him. Nashrir viraktim apimam, although I have virakti towards her, or I am not so interested or excited with her, but still she does not leave me. Preksha lavartha itare niyaman vahanti, just to get a slight trace of her affectionate glance. So many people, including great devatas, are also following so many niyamas, vratas. You understand? People want Lakshmi. People want Lakshmi, wealth. To get that wealth, they are following so many pujas and vratas and japa and homa, tapa, etc. And so much fan following Lakshmi Devi has. But Lakshmi Devi will abandon all that fan following and follows Krishna, follows Vishnu. And she starts brooming and mopping the floors of Vaikuntha to get a slight trace of Krishna's grace. That's what is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam, Harekrishna. So Lakshmi Devi, she is sweeping the floors of Vaikuntha. What was the shloka? Shri Rupini Kvanayati Charanaravindam Leelambujena Harisadmani Mukta Dosha. Shri Rupini Kvanayati Charanaravindam. As she is sweeping the floors of Vaikuntha, her lotus feet, which are decorated with anklets, that's making sound. Kvanayati Charanaravindam Leelambujena Harisadmani Mukta Dosha. Leelambujena, she has a lotus flower in her hand, she is twirling like this. Harisadmani. Harisadmani is the home of Lord Hari. Mukta Dosha. Completely faultless. She herself is faultless. Vishnu is faultless. And the home of Vishnu is faultless, means there is no dust there. Sammarjativa Spatika Kubja Upeta Hemni Samlakshate Spatika Kubja Upeta Hemni Sammarjativa Yadanugrahanenya Yatnaha. So, Sammarjativa means she is sweeping the floors, yet Anugrahanenya Yatnaha. Just for the anugraha of Lord Vishnu, just to get a slight affectionate glance and attention of Lord Vishnu, attention seeking tendency Lakshmi Devi has. Vishnu should give me attention. So many people are giving her attention. I want Lakshmi, I want your attention, Lakshmi Devi. I will not give attention. I am busy seeking attention of Vishnu. That's her response. Right? She abandons her fans and she follows Krishna. That is the greatness of Lakshmi Devi, or greatness of the Lord. Basically, when we exclusively surrender to the Lord, then Krishna will reciprocate exclusively. When we partially surrender to the Lord, his reciprocation is partial. When we slightly surrender to the Lord, his reciprocation is slight. But in any case, his reciprocation is way more than our approach. Right?
If you put one step towards him, he'll put 10 steps towards us. And his steps are bigger than our steps. Right? His steps are much bigger than our steps. So that's how we need to understand. Krishna is always willing to reciprocate. How much am I seeking his reciprocation? Am I really obsessed or infatuated with the desire to seek his reciprocation? No, looks like I'm not giving so much time to him. An average sadhaka doesn't give sufficient attention to Krishna. That's why Krishna is like that. Krishna is eagerly waiting. When will this soul turn towards me? And he will send his devotees. Janasya Krishna vimukhasya daivat adharmashilasya sudukhitasya anugrahayeha charanti nunam bhutani bhavyani janardanasya. Janasya Krishna vimukhasya. Common people are very much they turn their faces away from Krishna. Vimukha daivat. Janasya Krishna vimukhasya daivat adharmashilasya. They are too much into adharma. Sudukhitasya, they are suffering so much. And still Krishna is showing anugraha upon them by sending his devotees to enlighten them. Right? So it is lack of our sincerity because of which we are not getting Krishna's reciprocation. Krishna is always willing to reciprocate. He is waiting. Krishna waited for 1000 years. When will this Gajendra stop this struggling with this crocodile with his own strength? And when will Gajendra turn towards me? The Lord is waiting. Lord himself gave remembrance to Gajendra. Hey Gajendra, in your past life as Indradyumna Maharaj, you have learned some prayers. Offer those prayers. I'll come. Just like a child is writing a test, small child. 2 plus 2, 4. Child is unable to figure out 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. After that 4, child forgot. Small child, right? The teacher will say, hey, 4, 4. Kaise likhna hai 4? You should write like this. The teacher will take the hand of the child into her hand and then write 4. Full marks, 100 out of 100. Child has a big smile on the face. That's what the Lord is doing. So Vishnu may have his own standards, Lord Krishna may have his own standards, but when Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes, my God, he makes standards which are extremely liberal. Extremely liberal. You just come and sit in the exam, at least write your hall ticket number on the answer sheet. At least put some proxy there. I am there to pass you, to give you distinction. Chirada dattam nijagupta vittam swaprema nama amritamatyudaraha apama ramyo vitatara gauraha krishno janebhyastamaham prapadye. Chirada dattam, for a long time Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has not bestowed, Lord Krishna has not bestowed this Krishna prema upon people. Chirada dattam nijagupta vittam, his own secret treasure of Krishna prema. Swaprema nama amritamatyudaraha. Swaprema, his own prema, he has not bestowed upon us. But he is bestowing that Krishna prema upon us through the simplified process of chanting Krishna nama. Swaprema nama amritam ati udaraha. Ati udaraha means extremely benevolent. What else you expect him to do? Oh, Krishna is not reciprocating with me. What are you doing to get his reciprocation? We need to question ourselves. So, the Lord is so merciful to bestow upon us the greatest benediction of Krishna prema through the smallest and easiest process of chanting Krishna nama. As Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namni Gauratvishe Namaha. Mahavadanyaya means extremely merciful. Very, very merciful. That is Mahaprabhu's grace. Akamaha sarva kamo va moksha kama udaradhihi tivrena bhakti yogena yajeta purusham param. Whatever may be the background, is Tivrena Bhakti Yogena. Intensely practice bhakti. Akama, you have no desires. Very good. Practice bhakti intensely. Sarvakama, you have all kinds of material desires. Still, you can intensely practice bhakti. Mokshakama, you specifically desire liberation. No problem. Intensely practice bhakti. Tivrena Bhakti Yogena. The Tivrata is important. Yesterday we discussed. Dhruva Maharaj had Tivrata. He did not have the right kind of attitude in the beginning. He did not perform ahaituki bhakti. He had motives, material ambitions. But still was purified, completely purified. Because there is tivrata in his practice. So when we have tivrata, we began with the example of the intensity of bulb. Let's conclude with that only. When there is tivrata, intensity in our practice, that intense practice of bhakti can purify our intentions also. Intensity will purify intentions. But that intensity is lacking, tivrata is lacking, sincerity is lacking, consistency is lacking, regularity is lacking, then we cannot expect Krishna's reciprocation. Still Krishna reciprocates with us in 100 different ways. Oh, his intensity is very poor. Okay, let me try to help him to increase his intensity by inspiring him through a purport, through a shloka, bhagavatam, through some lecture, or through some extra grace or whatever. So many things he keeps doing. Still, we don't intensify our bhakti. I'm speaking to myself loudly in the mic in front of all of you, so that tomorrow I'll remember where you spoke in that class very loudly. Tada sharam karo. Intensify your sadhana. Easy to speak that we have to be intense, but very difficult to be intense because Maya is pulling us in 10 different directions. But one good news is, although Maya may tempt us, allure us, distract us in 100 different ways, Maya has no power to interfere with our independence. Even Krishna doesn't interfere with our independence. How can Maya interfere? Maya cannot interfere. So, choice is ours. We have the choice. Maya will say, here is the temptation. Should I accept it or reject it? It's in my hands. Maya can only show, like a seller, like a vegetable seller or some other product seller. Yeah, please come. Like so many advertisement people. So Maya can only advertise, this is good, this movie is good, this YouTube video is good, this reel is good, or that position is good, that post is good. Maya can advertise so many things. Whether to choose them or not, it's in our hands. Choice is always ours. Yes, because of the previous choices we have made, we seem to be forced to make a choice, as Arjuna is asking this question. Why people are engaging in lusty activities as if they are forced by someone? Nobody is forcing them. But see, it seems that somebody is forcing them. Then Krishna says, Kama yesha krodhesha rajoguna samudvaha. Mahasharo mahapapma vidhiyana yavairana. So who is forcing? Their own karma is forcing. Their own lust is forcing them. Maya is not forcing them. Maya may show. Maya may facilitate some temptation. Maya may allure us or distract us, but whether to get distracted or not, whether to give in to that allurement or not, it's in our hands. Whether to say yes to Maya or no to Maya. Maya, no, I don't have time. Close the door. I have to chant, I have to read. I'm in 7th canto only. I still have 5 more cantos to complete. 10th canto is very long. Maya, no time for you. No, please. 1 more hour, please. Spend time with me. I don't have time. You can always say. Difficult to say, I know. But we have to say. That's our tivrata. That's our intensity. Then we'll get profuse reciprocation of Krishna. Daivi hiyasha gunamayi mama maya duratyeya. But mameva ye prapadyante. When we take shelter of Krishna, then Krishna will support us. Yes, I am there with you. Maya is saying, come here. Maya is showing so many temptations. then you should say, I have Krishna with me. If you tempt me like this, then I will tell Krishna. Maya will run away. Maya will go and stand behind Krishna. Right? Mayam cha tadapasharya. Maya's job is always to behind Krishna. If we go behind Krishna, then we are behind Maya. Because Krishna, between us and Krishna, Maya will come. But if we go in front of Krishna and fall at his feet, Maya cannot touch us. Right? So, in short, Krishna is willing to reciprocate with our devotion, and he reciprocates in accordance with the intensity of our devotion. So, all we need to do is to intensify our devotion in the association of devotees, with the support and inspiration coming from great examples from Srimad Bhagavatam. Thank you very much. Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Prabhupada ki jai. Any questions or comments?
Harekrishna. Yeah, try it out.
Harekrishna Prabhuji, thank you again for a wonderful class and all of the examples from the Srimad Bhagavatam. Most of the ones you've discussed where Krishna has also given a lot of opulence to the devotees and reciprocated with them, like Rupa Maharaj and things like that. Sometimes though also we are afraid, because it's also written in the Bhagavatam, that if he favors you too much, he takes everything away. And sometimes as devotees, that also stops us from, I don't know, it's anxiety or something like that. I don't know, how can we get over that?
I somehow didn't get you.
No. So Krishna also says in the Bhagavatam that one he favors very much, he takes everything away as well.
Okay. Yasyahamana grihanami harishyeta dhanam shanaihi. Yes. Although Krishna said yoga kshemam vahamyaham, in the 9th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, 22nd shloka, Krishna is saying yoga kshemam vahamyaham. Means I supply whatever my devotees don't have, I preserve what they have. But we always miss a star at the end of the statement. Condition supply. I will supply something to my devotee only if it is favorable to his or her bhakti. And I will preserve what my devotees have only if it is favorable for their bhakti. If it is not favorable, Krishna will not supply even if you ask him 10 times. And if whatever you already have distracts you from your bhakti, Krishna will take it away from you, even if you are trying to protect it. That's how Krishna cares. Simple. Krishna acts like a father or a mother. Child, he has something. He already has a phone, for example. It is constantly playing with the video game. Yeah. That's part. They're playing video game. So they're constantly playing games. So what will father do? He will take away. Whatever the child is having, the father is not preserving it. He is taking it away. Child is asking, I want more. I only have my phone. I want iPhone. Child is demanding for it. Father says, I will not give you. Simple. So yoga kshemam aham has that meaning. So Krishna says, Yasyaham anugrahanami harishyeta dhanam shanaihi. When I have to show some special anugraha, special mercy on my devotees, harishye, my name is Hari, I will do Haran. I will take away everything. Tad dhanam shanaihi. Gradually I will take away everything from my devotee, so that he has to helplessly surrender to me. No other way. Harishye tad dhanam shanaihi. Then his relatives and friends will abandon him. Because who will make friendship with someone who has no money? Friends will come only when there is money. Of course, there are some genuine friends. Despite our poverty-stricken condition, they are always with us. Such friends are different. But some people come to us when there is money, when there is fame, when you are a very famous celebrity, people want to connect with you. When you are a simple devotee just chanting and distributing Charanamrita, nobody will look at you. Because most people fail to see the sincerity of devotion. They see popularity more than sincerity. Right? Somehow popularity is more popular than purity. Everything that is pure may not be popular. And everything that is popular may not be pure. So we need to go by purity more than popularity. Anyways, coming back to the point. When Krishna takes away all the money of a devotee, wealth of a devotee, then all those people who came to that person like honey bees, seeing the honey of his money, they will fly away. Because no bee will stay with some flower that does not have honey. Bees will abandon flowers when they don't have honey. Similarly, friends and relatives, materialistic friends and relatives will abandon a wealthy person if they have no money. So because everybody abandoned him, he has to take shelter of Krishna. No other way. You want an example? Avanti Brahmana. He had so much money, so much wealth, he was miserly. But eventually all his wealth is taken away by Krishna in various ways. Now he has no other way. He has to take shelter of Krishna. So that is anugraha. So Krishna will take away whatever we have. He is the best of all things. Vraje prasiddham navadita choram gopangananam chadukula choram aneka janmarjita papa choram choragraganyam purusham namami Shri Radhikaya hridayasya choram Navambudhashyamala kanti choram Padashritanam cha samasta choram Choragraganyam purusham namami Padashritanam cha samasta choram. If you have taken shelter of Krishna, samasta choram, you will be bankrupt. So think before you take shelter of Krishna. Think before you surrender. You see, surrender unto me. Don't immediately surrender. Think before you surrender. If you surrender, padashritanam cha samasta choram. Everything will be taken away from you. Are you ready for it? Your money, your fame, your friends, your family members, your materialistic contacts and reputation and your position and maybe even your material knowledge also. Everything will be taken away. Will you still worship Krishna? Krishna will take away everything. Still, you will worship? Great. This is pure devotee. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
More time? Yeah, that's fine. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for the wonderful lecture, Prabhuji. My question is actually from yesterday and today's week's project. Combined. So yesterday you talked about Krishna Das, how he has fallen at one point and then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu didn't forgive him, he was still with him, but as soon as he came back, he has given up, he handed over. And contradicting to that, so when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he faced Jagai and Mathai, he wanted to punish them, but immediately he forgave them and then made them to devotees as well. So compared to Jagai and Mathai, they are so fallen, yet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu immediately forgave them. But whereas Krishna Das, it's a small mistake, one mistake, and then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And also how Maharaj, he wanted to, sorry, I forgot his name. Pratap Maharaj, so he wanted to surrender to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but he kept him away for some time. So and how do we
add to support your arguments, right? Pratap Maharaj had a son, and the devotees of Lord brought Pratap Maharaj's son to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw him, he remembered Krishna and he embraced him. The father, who is a pure devotee, has done so much seva, he is not even getting a glance of Mahaprabhu and his son is getting embraced. Will it justify?
Yes, Prabhu.
Anyaya. Total injustice. अपमान है.
So how do we understand, like, in what instances actually Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or Krishna will test more and more, or leave the devotee
Like we can understand that, why should we describe him as inconceivable? He's inconceivable. His decisions are inconceivable. His reciprocations are inconceivable. You can understand always the logic behind his reciprocations, then he's conceivable. But he's inconceivable. The tattva is inconceivable. But still, we can understand to some degree as much as Acharyas have explained it to us. If you want to compare between Kalakrishna Das and Jagai and Madhai, Jagai and Madhai, that's the first example you have given. Jagai and Madhai are very, very fallen, very, very sinful, but they never committed any offense. Because they never chanted, no scope for Namaraparad. They never associated with Vaishnavas, no scope for Vaishnava Parad. They never worshipped the deities, no scope for Seva Parad. They never had a guru, no scope for Guru Aparad, no offenses. Right? Only sins, no offenses. And on top of, to see it from another angle, Jagai and Madhai were like new people who are coming to your program after committing so many sinful activities. Right? They come here, they stretch their legs towards the deities. Will you scold them? Hare Krishna, very, very politely, very gently, very diligently, you correct them lovingly, or you may not even choose to correct them. Okay, fine. Next time when he comes, after 5 times he comes, then maybe I will try to give him suggestion. First time if we say like that, they may just run away, or they may not offer obeisances immediately. They will directly come and then say, what's happening here? The lecture is going on, they may stand, they may sit, they may just go away. You will not correct them, right? Because they are very new. But someone who is very seasoned, he is stretching his way towards the deities, he is not offering obeisances, or he is doing some other major mistake, you will immediately correct them, isn't it? He is chanting 16 rounds, he is following 4 regulative principles, you know him since 10 years, but still for a small mistake, you are correcting him, you are scolding him, you are giving feedback, and that people who just came here, they are doing so many mistakes, why are you not giving feedback to them? There is a difference in the treatment. So, to whom more is given, more is expected. Kalakrishna Das is directly the associate of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He is accompanying Lord Chaitanya, only companion of Lord Chaitanya throughout his 2 years yatra. More strictness is expected from him. More maturity is expected from him. More self-control is expected from him. Jagai and Madhai are not like that. Lord Chaitanya never took Jagai and Madhai in their previous condition for his Chaitanya Yatra. 2 years you are my only associates. No one else with me. So, to whom a great privilege is given, great standards are expected. Right? So that's like one perspective of seeing it. And by the way, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu apparently rejected Kalakrishna Das, but he actually took care of Kalakrishna Das. Where did this happen? In Mahaprabhu's Chaitanya Yatra, somewhere in Tamil Nadu. In this 2 years Yatra, Mahaprabhu is like going, and somewhere maybe after 1 year it has happened. Rest of the Yatra, Mahaprabhu is doing return Chaitanya Yatra, visiting the same places that he has visited before. Means for 1 full year, even after that mistake, for 1 full year, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu allowed Kalakrishna Das to accompany him. And after bringing him safely to Jagannath Puri, in front of Nityananda, Jagadananda, Damodara, Mukunda, he said, oh, I am not responsible for him. He did not say it in Vetapani. He did not say it in Tamil Nadu. After 1 year he said it. Why? He should have a cushion. When Mahaprabhu shows strictness, someone should be there to support him. So, if he wants to reject, he would have rejected there itself. Why did he allow him to accompany him? Kalakrishna Das was serving as usual. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu throughout the Chaitanya Yatra for the remaining full year after that incident. After bringing him here, then he said, so that devotees will get the credit of engaging him in service even after Lord rejects him. That's how Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu highlighted the mercy of devotees more than his own mercy. My devotees are more merciful than me. Even if I apparently reject a devotee, my other devotees will engage him in some service. That's how devotees should be more merciful than the Lord himself. Very important point. We cannot take a privileged opportunity to serve the Lord and Vaishnavas for granted. If we waste an opportunity, we will lose it. We will not get it again. So, anyways, devotees are merciful. Does it answer your question?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you. Thank you.
One more question.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandaprana. Thank you very much for a wonderful lecture. Third day of nectar. Thank you very much. The way you recite the shlokas, Bhagavatam, we are all getting the willingness to learn more of Bhagavatam shlokas. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, my question is not related to today's topic, but I heard from one of your lectures for the Bhakti Vedanta students, you were initially doing pujari service in the temple, and then you were moved to the teaching or education thing. Is that right?
Teaching started
Okay.
2012, then 2014 deities came.
Okay.
Now also I do pujari services.
Okay, Prabhuji. Just wanted to know, here many of us have deities at home as well, and we would like to do pujari service at the temple as well when it comes up shortly. So what should be our mood when we are actually just doing service to the home deities and the temple deities? If you could just put some light.
Temple deity standards are always high, and home deity standards need to be kept low, because there are multiple constraints. In a home, very high standards of deity worship we may not be able to maintain, so we keep it very, very simple. Simple commitment we can do to deities. Dressing also once in a week or once in 15 days, on Ekadashi days. So if we have to have all the elaborate standards of temple at home, it's not practical. Multiple responsibilities, and also in a community where there is also a temple, all the devotees should gather in the temple for program, for festivals and all that. But if devotees have elaborate worship standards at home only, they may not be able to participate in temple programs. But temple programs, are, especially festivals, are opportunities for all the devotees in that community to gather together and do some Krishna Katha, Kirtan and worship together. That's deities bring the entire community together. So deity worship in the temple is always a priority, and at home it can be kept simple. And also as age progresses, it may be a little difficult to maintain the standards, and maybe the next generation may not be able to take it up also. Sometimes they are busy with their own engagements. Therefore it's always better to keep it simple, unless one has very great bandwidth to continue and all that.
What should be your mood when you are actually serving them?
Mood is Lakshmi Narayan. Although you are serving Radha, Krishna, whatever, mood should be reverential. Mood should be servant. Actually, the mood is a very big word. An average sadhaka does not have a great mood as such. We should be in the mood of following the prescribed standards and meticulously following the standards. Upholding the standards should be our mood. So whatever is prescribed, this is how arati, this is the sequence. So just follow that. Obedience to the instructions given to us. Let's begin from there. Eventually, should I worship them in Vatsalya Bhav? or madhurya bhav, or that bhav and all, that mode is different.
Actually, Prabhuji, nothing comes at all. Like it's like a routine only. It's happening.
Let's have that routine. Let's follow the routine only. Let's follow routine meticulously, sincerely, time to time, disciplined. That's what sadhana, that's what sadhaka bhakta can do. Vaidhi sadhana bhakti means following the vidhis sincerely, following the rules and regulations sincerely. So let's begin with that. Eventually more Krishna will manifest.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji, for again another wonderful class. Prabhuji, about the Ivra Bhakti that you mentioned about, so what are some of the practical ways the practicing devotees like all of us can make it Ivra? How can we intensify our bhakti?
Thank you for that wonderful question. One most important and fundamental foundational aspect of Tivrata is avyartha kalatva. Let me not waste a single moment. Apart from the basic physical needs of eating and sleeping, the rest of the time must be properly utilized in Krishna's service. I need to maximize my engagement in Krishna's seva. That is Tivrata. Like, how many hours in a day are we utilizing in Krishna conscious activities, and how many hours in a day are we utilizing in mundane activities? Of course, whatever is required for self-preservation, working in office and all, earning money, earning livelihood, that time has to be spent in that way. But apart from the time required for self-preservation of eating, sleeping, bathing, working, rest of the time, how much am I utilizing effectively in Krishna consciousness? Right? That is the first step in Tivrata, not wasting any moment. Because time is the greatest resource we have. Time is the greatest resource. Am I utilizing it for Krishna Seva, Krishna Katha, Krishna Kirtan, Krishna Japa? So that is one thing. Second, as you are utilizing your time nicely in devotional activities, how much am I attentive in using the time? So one is time management, second is attention management. Am I attentive while spending this time or while investing this time in this devotional activity? We are chanting. How attentive am I in the chanting? We are hearing. How attentive am I in hearing? Am I dozing? 1 hour we sat in the class, great. But in 1 hour we must have, maybe we are utilizing only 5 minutes or 10 minutes or half an hour. Half an hour we are dozing off, half an hour we are checking mobile, half an hour we are doing this and that. So that 1 hour, we are allocating that 1 hour, but be attentive in that 1 hour, that's the point. Then third is priority. We may be attentive, we are allocating time in time for different devotional activities, and we are attentive in that, doing the devotional activities also. But what is priority now? We need to prioritize different devotional activities. So, japa first priority. It should go in the beginning of the day, as much as humanly possible, unless we have some other engagement. And different services. Sometimes we need to prioritize a service in the temple, although we have something else to do. Am I prioritizing my reading and connection with Shastra, or am I doing other things only? So, I cannot specifically say this is your priority, this is our priority, but as along with the changing times, our priorities also will change. All our devotional activities only, but say Janmashtami is coming. That's the time where you need to prioritize conducting the festival nicely. So marathon time is coming. That's the time we have to prioritize book distribution. Apart from all that busy times, your priority should be Shravanam Kirtan. Sometimes in the name of services, we may compromise on Shravanam Kirtan, we don't prioritize it. We don't prioritize reading Bhagavatam. We don't prioritize chanting. We don't prioritize knowing and upholding Vaishnava character. we prioritize productivity and performance more than character and quality interactions. So we need to prioritize what should be done first, what should be done later. Although it's a devotional activity, I'm attentive, I'm doing it nicely, I'm allocating time, but some important devotional activities we may neglect. 10 days continuously or 1 month continuously, we may not even read even one shloka also, one purport also. How can we survive in that? We may not hear 1 hour class also in one full month. So we need to prioritize the core, fundamental, foundational aspects of bhakti, which are Shravanam and Kirtanam. We need to prioritize that. There's an emergency, of course we need to attend to that emergency. That service is priority, definitely. So, prioritization. So I call this as tap management. Tap. T for time, A for attention, P for priority. That's what I tell kids also. Tap management. It's there in devotional circles also. Time, attention, priority. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Hare Prabhupada ki jai.
Gauranga Darshan Prabhuji ki
Jai.